Some GamerGate supporters believed that pressuring advertisers to pull out would be a good way to convince gaming publications to initiate ethical reforms. What did you think of this strategy?
I think it's close. I don't think that it's quite there because what you end up doing is focusing on a lot of different companies. I think focusing on one company is always the way to go. Like the more energy you can put towards one specific thing until you get a result, the better is possible. So, like, let's say rather than, because I know they sent out a lot of emails to various advertisers. I think if you picked one advertiser and to attempt to, firstly, educate them as to the problem that you have with the outlet. Secondly, ask them to withhold advertising or, ask them whatever your specific ask is. I think that doing it in that way, where it's kind of, I think you would end up with more results because I don't think you can. I think the more you spread people out, the less good it is. And I think that there are some people who were thinking that way, if I remember right. Because I do remember some people talking about stuff like this.
Well,
So
Nicole
I don't know.
Sunt, when I interviewed her, she talked about how she would only do it for the products she purchased for. So if she purchased for a product, she would write, personal letters, I believe.
Right. Which I think as an individual makes
Other
sense.
people did that too, not just her, but
yeah, and like I said, as an individual, that makes sense. But if you're organizing people, though, and I think that it's really important to do that if you want an actual result. If you're just relying on people making the choice to send a letter to somebody, I mean, I'm not saying it can't have a result because it's possible that everybody has the same impulse to contact, X, Y, and Z. It's possible, but to organize and actually, go after a specific contradiction that you're attempting to change, that to me requires people, like, it requires, I'll say, I think that just going with stuff that you personally consume or deal with, I think that it's not necessarily enough. And the reason I say that is because the point of marketing isn't to reach the people who already purchase something. It's to
it depends on the
create more demand. Well, yes, I guess that's true. Yeah, there are multiple types of marketing, but like let's say with, energy drink marketing, for instance, that marketing is oriented at getting more customers, which if you're not a customer and I would think that a potential customer is as valuable to them as a current customer. If there's something that you actually, I mean, we're talking about demographics, like the gaming demographic specifically. And I'm sorry, I'm trying not to ramble, but we're talking about the gaming demographic specifically, and they're targeting that demographic. And if you're a potential purchaser in that demographic, I think contacting them.
What is the gaming demographic? Because
people who are interested in games. There are certainly
that's
product.
Yeah, that's a subset of the population, but like it's also like a very diverse subset too.
Oh sure, but there are various products that are certainly associated with gaming.
Sure.
Snack
computers
food
and
computers.
Yes, snack food. Yeah. But
I don't think that, I'm not saying that it's a good thing that it's targeted gamers.
But like
there's
certain things that gamers are going to be more interested in other groups of people, like obviously video games, right? And
the reason I say snack food,
accessories, stuff like that.
The reason I say snack food,
well, you're not wrong. That has been an association, right? Because like Dorito Pope and because of them companies spending a lot of money on this sort of marketing.
Well, I'm not even thinking of it from that necessarily that perspective. I'm thinking of it from the perspective of like what are products that are convenient for somebody who is playing a video game. A small, snack food thing is a convenient thing to eat while you're playing a video game. A can of soda or even a bottle of water. These are easy
E-girl bathwater. That's what chat says.
Oh, I remember that. That was something else. That was a
All
lot.
right. Anything else you want to say about Operation Disrespectful Nod in the email campaigns?
No. I think with a little more focus, that could potentially be correct. At least you need organizing and you need focus. I think it's again, those are the types of things that where I've reevaluated Gamergate. I think that they are closer to getting it than the other side is because there's not so much deference towards institutions on the Gamergate side.